Sending bits down the wire is only half the battle at layer 1. The receiver has to know exactly when each bit begins and when it is done. Without synchronization, the bits blur together. You cannot tell them apart. Locking the clock between sender and receiver, that is where it starts. Lock the clock, sender and receiver aligned. Sample at the right moment. Read the bit defined. Asynchronous uses the start and stop bits to frame the byte. Synchronous shares a clock. Every bit lands right. Isochronous guarantees timing end to end. Lock the clock, or the data will never land. The sender transmits bits at a fixed rate. The baud rate sets the pace. The receiver samples the line at its own rate, trying to keep up in the race. If the two clocks drift apart even slightly, the samples land in the wrong place. A bit sampled too early or too late, misread data in the space. Clock drift is cumulative. Small errors add up over a long transmission. After enough bits, the receiver is sampling in completely the wrong position. One bit read as two bits collapsed into one. The stream falls apart. Synchronization is the solution, keeping both clocks beating as one heart. Bit time is the duration, the one bit on the line, determined by the baud rate. 9600 baud means 9600 bit times per second. Each bit has a window to wait. The receiver must sample near the center of each bit, time to read it clean. Too close to the edge and a transition from the next bit enters the scene. Lock the clock, sender and receiver align. Sample at the right moment. Read the bit defined. Asynchronous uses start and stop bits to frame the byte. Synchronous shares a clock. Every bit lands right. Isochronous guarantees timing end to end. Lock the clock, or the data will never land. Asynchronous transmission sends one character at a time with framing bits wrapped. No shared clock between sender and receiver. The timing is not mapped. The line idles high, a start bit pulls it low to signal a byte is coming in. The receiver detects the falling edge and starts its local clock to begin. 8 data bits follow the start bit, sampled at each bit time interval. Then 1 or 2 stop bits pull the line high again. The byte is final. The receiver only needs to stay in sync for the duration of 1 byte at a time. After the stop bit, the clock resets. Drift cannot accumulate past the line. Start bit is always 0, stop bit is always 1. That is how you tell. The idle line sits high. A 0 start bit is the falling edge that fell. Parity bit is optional. Odd or even parity detects single bit errors in the frame. Even parity makes the total ones count even. Odd parity does the same. Synchronous transmission sends a continuous stream with a shared clock signal. The clock wire runs alongside the data wire, or the clock is embedded in integral. No start and stop bits per byte. The clock eliminates the framing overhead. Higher efficiency than asynchronous. No extra bits per character read. Clock embedding uses the encoding scheme to carry timing in the data stream. Manchester encoding guarantees a midpoint transition. Every bit the clock's theme. The receiver uses a phase lock loop PLL to extract the clock from the signal. The PLL locks onto the transition rate and generates a local clock that is equal. Preamble bytes are sent before data in synchronous frames. To help the PLL lock, Ethernet sends 7 bytes of alternating 1s and 0s before the SFD knock. The receiver locks his PLL to the preamble transitions. Clock is steady and set. By the time the SFD arrives, the receiver is perfectly synchronized and met. Isochronous synchronization guarantees a consistent timing reference end to end. A network-wide master clock distributes timing so all devices bend. Used in voice and video networks where jitter causes quality to degrade. Sonnet and synchronous Ethernet use. Isochronous clocking for the grade. Lock the clock, sender and receiver align. Sample at the right moment. Read the bit defined. Asynchronous uses start and stop bits to frame the byte. Synchronous shares a clock. Every bit lands right. Isochronous guarantees timing end to end. Lock the clock, or the data will never land. Asynchronous for low-speed serial. Start and stop bits frame each byte. Asynchronous for high-speed networks. Embedded clock keeps the stream tight. Asynchronous for real-time traffic. Jitter cannot be allowed. Lock the clock at layer 1. and every bit lands proud.